So yeah, this is WaveCrash. I'm Steven Zavala. This is my game I'm making. With me, I have my friend Eli to help me play
Hello, I'm Eli. I'm the friend.
because it's a local multiplayer game, and in these trying times, it's hard to find people to play local multiplayer games with. Did not realize it'd be such trying times when I started making the game, but that was a long time ago, so didn't have the type of foresight. We should jump right in and start playing some. Choose whoever I get. I'm just gonna go with my boy Seth. So yeah, the game is yeah, the audio is just not working the way we have it set up right now. Sorry about that. Because this is like piping through my TV, and the TV's piping audio through a sound bar, and then like it wants to go through the microphone. Basically, technology was a mistake. It's a sentiment I say probably once a day at least.
You have to go back.
Huh?
You have to go back.
We should go back, dude. So yeah, WaveCrash. It's a multiplayer puzzle game. The idea is you match up blocks. You launch them at your opponent in the form of waves. You try to hit your opponent. When you hit them, that orange line in the middle gets pushed closer to your goal line. Reaches your goal line, you win. So it's kind of like a backwards tug of war kind of thing, like a push of war. The tag I'm going with now recently is match blocks, smash faces. It's clear, it's to the point. It looks good on a logo. But yeah, been working on this on and off for a while now. Too long, to be honest. Like if I knew where the game was going to end up, I would have been done literally years ago. But it's just one of those things where it's like, it's the thing I come back to whenever I have time and energy to do so. And recently, I've been having a lot of time, but very limited energy. Most of my energy to like work on things comes from social stuff. You know, I like seeing people play the game. I like being able to play with people, going to events and whatnot, going to our meetups and things. And without that, it's just been like just a slog. But I'm back on it. My release date is currently set to May 13th. So coming up pretty soon. Basically, the last thing left is just like to get like the Steam integration stuff, get all those fun achievements and whatnot, get the cloud saving for the stats and things like that, which is a delight. Steam is wonderful to work with, as are most major platforms that monopolize entire types of media. So their tools are very clear and straightforward to work with. There's never a time where you're like, why isn't there just a single button to like update your build? Why is it hidden behind like 4 other menus? So yeah. And I'm not looking at the chat. I don't know if we're doing like a specific like question period, but if someone like if there are any questions, please let me know. I'll just
I mean,
about the game if that's all right.
If something pops up, then I'll definitely say anything. Hey everybody, it's Mars. I'm here. I'm joining the rest of this tonight.
Mars is hanging out with us too. He's we're not letting him play. He's not allowed to play, but he can.
Nope.
He can interact with the audience.
Backseat gaming. I love how like Steven, you were explaining everything, and Eli is like doing nothing but just playing, and was still absolutely struggling to perform in the video.
I'm on the right, Mars. I don't know about you, but I think I'm winning. I think I'm winning right now. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think maybe. Like,
well, that's the thing.
Steven,
really
go ahead and.
Okay, who's better than me at the game. Like I really like that's when you know your game's actually popular, is when there's someone who like does stuff with the game you didn't know was possible. So far, have not found that person.
You're playing with them, dude. What do you mean? Look at this. Boom.
I feel like if anyone else is in our specific immediate dev circle, Brett's probably the second best player because he always challenges me to like 1,000 matches every event we go to, and he wins a few of those. So like that's pretty good.
Wow. I think your strength is when you talk. As soon as you talk, then you just start to completely like you reach this state of flow where you just annihilate everybody. But as soon as you stop talking,
you want to look through all the stats? This is
there's a lot of stats.
This is the most interesting part of the game is that it does track all of your stats for you. I always love that feature in Smash Bros. When it got like super granular to the point where it's like time spent standing still. Like I don't know.
If we go by normal attacks here, I seem to be winning. So
yeah, that's how I let people. That's the handicap I give is I only attack when other people attack.
You walk into a game, you're like, I'm only going to use 30 attacks to beat you. Watch.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It's my power limit. You don't want me to drop the giant like 600-pound weights. So yeah. Let's see. Other things. So yeah, we have a full roster now of 10 characters. I wanted to have 10 because there's like 2 for each color. Each character is like a color that they want to match up. That's like their specific affinity. Hawk Justice was the last character added. I always wanted a luchador in a game, and so I had my opportunity to do so, and I put him in. So arc was done by Harry. If anyone else in our particular circle, everyone knows Harry, great artist, good dude, went above and beyond as he always does because he's a maniac. I'll be Sensei Jones.
Harry also did the branding for the event this year.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Harry Penorgis.
Oh yeah, I clicked Y on accident.
Oh, there's probably something where it doesn't. Okay, that's a bug.
You can go back.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I did like a little revamp on some of the menu stuff recently for the palette pickers. Because yeah, you can switch out palettes. Got a bunch of unlockable palettes for all the characters too. Yeah. Sensei.
Yeah. To the ramen shop.
The ramen shop?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this was the 5th stage added. Every stage has gotten like more intricate over time. So this one has like full-on like characters animating in the background and stuff, and like multi-layered things. So like that is one thing where it's kind of clear. Like if you look at it, you can tell like which ones I started with, because the first stage is just like box and then like vague colored shapes, and yeah. So happens when your standards and like your ability to actually describe what you want gets better over time. I guess that's one thing that I've improved on since I started this. Actually being able to tell someone like, look, I want it to be like this, and knowing how to make that happen. But also just finding better people. When I first started out, like all the artists that I had were like literally just like strangers off of Reddit and Twitter, and now I have enough like actual contacts with artists where I can find people that I actually can trust to like do it, because I can find them if they don't. One thing that, and like I get it, people like different situations, stuff comes up, but like if stuff comes up, just say like, hey, I'm not gonna get around to this, and like, oh cool, I'm not gonna wait a month for you to do it. Then we both win. But yeah. So I guess it's what they can out there, find people you can actually trust. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I didn't
You
make it
just,
go so
you
fast.
just humiliated me. It's fine.
He was talking as soon as he
was
just kept on
talking.
talking.
I think you're right, Mars. That's his secret
we also
weapon.
have the palettes unlocked. That was Phoebe's C-3PO inspired palette. Phoebe, all the characters always have their colors broken down in different color blocks in like a palletizing system, and then I can just switch them out as needed. And Phoebe's is the most complicated because for some reason I decided to break every element of her into different colors, so all of her arms and legs can be different colors if I wanted to, which is a bad idea in retrospect because it's a pain to actually give her new palettes. But I just really wanted her to be able to have an asymmetrical like Samus blaster arm thing going on. Sensei Jones is like the simplest because he's just like he got pants, he got a shirt, he got hair. Like it's not a whole lot going on. So it's nice. I can kick out like 100 pallets for Sensei in like an hour. And yeah, most of the palettes inspired by anime references. Eli's currently rocking Darlene with the Deku's mom palette, the green hair, little pink dress.
I'm quite the fan of it.
Deku's mom is one of my favorite. I like a good anime mom. Deku's mom is a great one. I like that she's supportive, but she does still worry. She's doing a dangerous line of work, both being superhero and whatnot. I know my mom would literally die if I was in a superhero world. I said, "Hey, mom, I'm gonna go be a superhero." She would just collapse immediately from worry.
Well, I think she did collapse when All Might came up to her door.
Yeah, but my mom would like explode. It'd be like collapse, and that's when I find out my mom's quirk is to explode herself only once. I'm gonna flip the. I don't think there's any questions happening yet, but I'm gonna flip the questions around. Yo, anyone in the chat, what would your quirk be if you were in a My Hero Academia world or ever had a superpower? I'm gonna be walking through walls because I have a lot of dreams where I walk through walls.
It's like stealing somebody else's thing, man. I would want like.
No, there's more. Mine wouldn't be that complete. Mine wouldn't be like the, he does like I don't know. That's a weird thing with what's his name? Something Million. Like he's also gigantic and buff. I would be more sneaky. I wouldn't be like fighting people. I'd just be like, no, I'm just gonna walk through wall. I'm not gonna like use it to like fight things. Just gonna just use it, not use doors. Freak people out. Plus, there are people who have the same quirks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of
like
similar quirks out there. Like a lot of people just eat stuff, and like that's your quirk.
Honestly, there should be. I feel like there should be more overlap. It should be like, yo, you're one of the fire guys. We have like 7 of them. Fires are really common.
Well, there is a lot of those. What do you mean?
Yeah, but they're in like one family, right? Are there other fire?
No. There's the villain, like the blue fire.
Is that fire?
I don't.
Like,
well, it's like fire.
They explain it as like some other thing.
Well, okay, whatever. It's fire to me. Okay.
What features or polish do you want to add next? I looked at chat for a second. Let's see. Honestly, this is basically where it's going to be at. I do want to do another pass on the AI. Right now, the AI, it's functional. It just doesn't know how to use different characters properly. So, for instance, Darlene on the right there, her special trait is that her attacks are weaker unless she charges up. She has that like spinny like Donkey Kong punch, and then
these are gray.
Yeah, the gray ones. The gray ones can't crash other waves, so if mine hit hers, they just like win.
Well, they can crash them if like they're right on top when I summon them.
Yeah, they can parry them, but they can't do like a straight up crash.
Like
and so the AI doesn't know that. So the AI never charges up an attack, so I need to like add that as a thing. The same thing with the other character, Ji-yoon can teleport around the map, and the AI doesn't know that. It can do it on accident sometimes. Like sometimes it gets off the pathfinder a little bit when the game speeds up, but it doesn't. So I want to add. But besides that, besides doing a final pass on the achievements, I was talking just before I got on that I arbitrarily made the achievement for the score attack mode to get 100,000 points. And I didn't know if you could do that. And now that I'm trying to do it in testing, I can't. So I might have to adjust that. Or adjust the scoring, or just leave it in because like it's theoretically possible. Theoretically, there's no like limit to getting 100,000. It's just you probably won't.
There was another question too about potential DLC characters.
Oh, DLC. Yeah, I would love to. I feel like the way I would want to do it though is if. The way that would probably happen is if I could do a full-on, like, updated re-release, like, hyper. I wouldn't want to do, like, piecemeal. I would want it to be, like, a significant chunk, because the piecemeal thing, like, if I made that a purchase, I feel like, I don't know, I'd want it to be, like, a more significant purchase. I wouldn't want to be, like, $1 for a character. I want to be, like, $5 gets you, like, a pack of characters or something like that, or maybe, like, if it's a significant upgrade, it'd be, like, $10 and you get, like, new characters, new modes. But, yeah, I do have a bunch of ideas. One thing, thematically, I realized after, because I didn't have much of a overarching plan when I make characters. It's just like whatever themes I liked, I went with. And I realized afterwards I only have like 1 real villain character and then 2 sort of like villainous henchman characters. So I would like to have more evil characters to help balance that out. But yeah, no, there's a bunch of ideas I have, I think. And hey, if there's a character anyone really wants, it's $1,000, and I will put in your character as long as it doesn't violate copyright or increase the age rating of the game or be really dumb. I'll put in anything else besides that. And so yeah, on the right now, Hana's thing is she only needs 2 blocks to attack, but her blocks fall really slow unless she runs around. And Belmont has a special thing where when I attack with 4 or more of any color, like you need to run if you want to blow your blocks.
Yeah. I was like 10. I was like, where is it?
It used to be they just like fall a little slower, but then I got feedback from people who like really ground out the game a lot in their house that they said they had to like ban Hana because she was still too good. So I basically put her in a place where she's still good, but you just have to actually change her place out because what they were doing is apparently they would focus on just one part of the board and lock it down for their opponent. And then there's like no way for the opponent to come back. So now you can't really do that because you have to be in motion. So like you can't just like focus your attacks on one area unless you want to attack very slow. So yeah, with the Belmont, when I attack with 4 more of any color, I give the opponent a skull block. It can be used like a normal block, but it's just another color that gums up the works. And then if I can attack with 6 purple, I launch all the skull blocks. So it's a little like setup kind of thing. Let's see. Party mode with power-ups. So there is a wavy mode, like every stage has a wavy mode gimmick to it that you can toggle on, which gives it a different rule set. We can show up one of those after this. But yeah, so things like on the Food Fest mode, it spawns like wild blocks, which will match with any color. On the forest mode or forest stage, it'll do like a wind, sort of like a Kirby Whispering Woods thing that'll like slow down the opponent and speed up the other side. So yeah, because I always like that in Smash Bros. How the different stages could like have different effects to things. That was a good dodge. Yeah, but there's none where it's just like straight up power ups. I thought about it, but I don't. I kind of like the chaos that creates, but at the same time, like just based on like games I like to play, like Puyo Puyo Tetris, where they have a bunch of power up modes, but the power ups like nullify the rest of the game, and it just gets really frustrating. There's one in Puyo Puyo Tetris where like you put like a spotlight on the opponent's stage, so like they can only see like one part of the board or the other, and it like swings back and forth. And it's just like great. So now, like, unless I'm a master of this game, just memorize the board state, I'm screwed. I hate it. So it's kind of hard to find like good power ups that aren't just like power downs for your. Yeah. Besides this, there's also doubles mode, which I can't really show up because there's only 2 of us here, but do 2-on-2. So like a tag team thing where both players have to take turns attacking to be able to win. Which was basically made because I wanted more people to be able to get in the game in events and stuff, and like. It's really chaotic because you have to have some real coordination with your teammate. Because the way it works is only one player can attack and the other player can swap blocks. So you really have to like coordinate, like, okay, match me up some green, and like watch out for the red, you know. And but when people get good at it, though, it's really fun to see. Like it gets intense. It's fun to watch. Because yeah, there's one thing like with the game that I didn't really think about is how a lot of puzzle games are designed for like big multiplayer matches. Like you can do like at least 4 players or whatever, and this one's clearly like a head-to-head, side-to-side thing. So I had to some effort into like how that actually. Hey, also got the site. Yeah, dude, it's based on Sean from Street Fighter 3. Let's see, any other questions going on in there? Big fan of Hot Justice. Yeah, Hot Justice rules. Hana looks type AF. Yeah, Hana's cool too, dude. She was been the most broken character throughout the game, but I think now she's finally at a place where she's fair. Because originally she just straight up only needed 2 blocks to attack, and I didn't even give her like a downside. It's like, oh, no, that's too good. But because some characters don't really have a weakness, they just have a good thing. Like Momoko, for instance, she just runs faster, and that's fine. Like it's good, but it's not so good that it needs like to be offset with a downside to it. I don't pursue balance as like a rule, because no one likes a game just because it's balanced. Like you're never gonna play a game and be like, yeah, we need to play another round of this because it's so balanced. I loved how fair it was. That moment we both had like equal odds to win at the start, that was the best. So you have to start with like the fun part first, and if it goes too far, then you line it up into balance. But like people to be excited to play it first before they'll be worried enough about whether an option is fair or not. Dante a moment ago.
Yeah. Keeping with the people with no downsides.
Oh yeah, and then we can. This is one of my favorite wavy modes. This is Pop Plaza. It creates little cat and dog blocks. I'm a big fan of this stage. This was like the first one where I really decided to have it go a little like above and beyond like just the defaults. So yeah, these tall blocks, if you walk over them, they automatically send a wave out. So they can be good as like a last ditch, like I need something to save me, or you can like store them up or whatever. But anyways, so most of the wave modes like they seek to like alter the game, but not like take it over. Like it's not going to be totally different. The same thing with characters. Like I have characters adjust the rules, but like I would never have a character that just like plays a different game.
We can kind of hear some of the meows and stuff too, which just add to the personality of this a great deal.
Oh yeah, it's probably coming through the mic actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say you guys are missing out on these sound effects. Like.
Yeah, if you want to hear the actual meows, go pick up the game. You can find it at my itch.io page, or put shortcuts right now from WaveCrashGame.com. It's $5. It's gonna be more when it's the full release, because that's what you do. Probably like $10. So that way there's a good sales price you can put it, because people don't like to buy games unless they're on sale.
Do we have maybe one last question? We'll kind of wrap up here. Anybody in chat?
Damn.
Like I said, it's like some waves are just so large.
See
and just
any no brawl meta now. Oh yeah, for like unfair. Yeah, I mean even with like brawl meta, like that's another case where it's like if you're just a casual player, you would never even experience that like meta knight was like too good. You know, like a lot of things like that. Like it'd just be like, but I don't know. That's the like balanced discussions. Is like a lot of people want to weigh in the most on balance. The people who have like the least experience with the game, so they'll play for a few rounds and be like, oh, I lost to this thing a few times, so it must be because that thing was too good. And there we go. Cool. And yeah, we can get kicked off whenever. I know there's someone else.
Yeah.
To go.
We'll move on to the next presenter for sure. Thank you two for running through this. Eli, I'm so sorry you lost so much.
Well, listen, man. When Steven gets talking like this, it's like a whole other beast, you know.
I mean, like, yeah, I only lose on purpose to children. So other than that, I play for real mostly.
So that means I've actually beaten you, right? Right?
Yeah,
right.
a few times, yeah.
You're not.
We need no bread, but yeah.
And even children, it's only when like they don't trash talk. Once kids trash talk, then you gotta teach them. Are we gone yet? What's up?
Yeah, we're all set. Thank you two.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool. See you.
All right, see you guys.